with my mom and daddy. Whole time, I got tested again, and I still got this stupid virus. The devil is a lie. A whole lie. Right. Just like you said, they don't care. They don't care. They not, because look, I don't know how many of y'all seen Pink interview, but Pink said that she was feeling some symptoms and she went to the doctor, and fortunately they was able to give her the test without even no questions. No, she didn't have any symptoms. Her daughter had symptoms, I believe, and she went and got tested. What? Do you know what they did to me for me to get a test? Not even to give y'all the whole story, but I went to the hospital. I'm feeling sick. I can't breathe. I got a fever of 103. Boom. They do the flu test. You don't have the flu. Chest x-rays. Oh, you got pneumonia. Okay. They send me home, G. Send me home. I can't breathe. I got a fever. I feel sick. I go home. I'm home for a couple of hours. I'm like, I need to go back to the hospital. I go back to the ER. These people like, the woman at the ER like, oh, you have the symptoms. She say, don't touch me. Oh, I don't want to touch anything you have. Read that to me. She's like, oh, no. You have the virus. You have to go. Security, she has to go. She can't be in here. My sister was with me. Put me and told her like, oh, you're with her? Because she didn't know she was with me. She's like, oh, you're with her? She's like, oh, you both have to go. The security escorted us. Escorted us out the hospital. I could not breathe. I couldn't even walk to the car. My sister had to pull the car up to the door. Had to go get the car. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk. I had a fever. I'm shaking. I thought I was going to die. These fools told me to get out the ER. And I understand that, oh, well, they need you to leave because you have the symptoms. You know, people have told me like, well, they said you had to go because you had the symptoms and you could have infected somebody else because you had the symptom. But that's how you do a person. What if I walked out that door and I died? What if I walked out that door and I couldn't walk no more because I'm gone? Anything. Y'all put me out of a hospital because y'all said that I have the symptoms. At that time, I didn't even know if I had the virus. I had the symptoms, but I wasn't sure. But you put me out. And then the one was like, don't touch me. Like, just what I just did. Don't touch me. Don't touch you. I wasn't even trying to touch you. No. Then I tried to give her my paperwork to show her from the last hospital. No. I don't want to touch that. Read it to me. Like, this how they treated me. I said, really? This was Advocate Christ on 95th. That's how they treated me. This woman. And I don't want to make it a race thing because she was a white woman. But I'm telling you, she looked at me like I was disgusting. Like, I really wish I could add my sister to this live because she'd tell you. She was like, the one was like, oh, don't touch me. Like, she wanted somebody else to deal with me. Security, she has to go. They have to, oh, you're with her? She has to go too. Put me out. I end up going back to Little Company of Mary. And they test me. They did everything at Little Company of Mary. They kept me, did all that good stuff. That's when I found out, they do got the swab. You still got to take some days, but they basically told me like, oh, you got the virus. You got all the symptoms, but we still, they still got to do the swab and test you and all of that. But I'm just like, I can't believe y'all treated me like that. They treated me like I was the scum of the earth. Like, it just angers me how I was treated. And I was sick. And I promise, anybody that know me know I got an attitude and I got a mouth and I would have popped out. That's how you know I was sick. I couldn't even argue with the lady. Like, I was so sick. I was just crying. And all I could say was, please help. Please help. I'm begging them to help. This woman had security that escorted me out. Told me to get out the hospital. So my thing is, they don't know. And these nurses, and I try not to blame the nurses and stuff because they scared. They got families they got to go home to. But at the end of the day, if you're going to work that job and you're going to put yourself in that situation, you got to have compassion. You got to know how to work with people. It was a better way of her putting me out that hospital. She could have said, hey, sweetie, you got the symptoms, so it's a possibility that you can infect other people. So can you stand on this side? Or can you just, we can't take you at this time. She could have said that. But instead, this woman told me to get out. And told my sister, oh, you with her? You got to go too. Put me out. She seen how I was walking. My body was in so much pain, y'all. I wanted to get on the ground and crawl. When I made it to the door, I just had to stop. I couldn't breathe. She had to go get the car because I couldn't make it to the car. And even when I got to Little Company of Mary, Exactly, Sonya. They signed up for this. Even when I got to Little Company of Mary, like I could barely make it to the door. They looked at me and they was like, the lady was like, "You back?" Because it was the same. She like, "Come on." Like I wasn't even there. I wasn't there that long. She's like, we got to take you to the back. Like that's how you know it's serious. But these people don't care. And I'm not saying nurses and doctors don't care. I'm saying people who don't have a heart for their job. Some people become doctors and nurses because they're just good in that field. But they don't have the heart, the compassion for it. So it's not like, oh, I really care about these people. That woman was like, don't, like balding her face up to me. It was horrible. So my thing is, they don't have enough tests to test people unless you got that money. And I got good insurance. I would think I got good insurance because I got a good job. But obviously, my insurance and my money don't mean nothing because I ain't famous. If I was famous, they would I would have been the first person in line. But just because I'm Tahara Cooper from the South Side of Chicago that lives in Memphis, they don't care about none of that. They like, so what? You know, I was at Christ Advocate on 95th. That's what happened, and that's how they treated me. Like I was like, okay, put me out. Thank God for Little Company and Mary. You know what I'm saying? They took me in and took care of me. But I'm just telling you, a lot of people in these jobs for this career, and this pandemic has showed people true colors. I will say that. I thank God for all the frontline essential workers. My cousin Brittany, she going to work every day, put herself in harm's way, working with these people. A lot of people are sick. You got a lot of people that's delivering mail. You got people that's delivering trucks. You got people that's going to work every day. I thank God for y'all. I appreciate y'all because you don't have to do that. But if you're going to do it, please do it with a heart. Don't be assholes because people are really sick out here, and it's not my fault that I got sick. Don't treat me like that. Don't treat other people like that. I wouldn't wish that experience on nobody. I got a lot of people that I probably don't like, but I wouldn't wish what I experienced on anybody. Nobody. The pain that I felt that I was feeling at that moment on nobody. And then the hurt. I was embarrassed because she was loud when she said it and the waiting room was right there. So all the people, they sick too. I'm looking at all of them. They look just messed up like me, but they looking like, dang. Like even they couldn't believe it, like, dang. You know what I'm saying? But because I was a returning patient, that's what they said. Like I came back and they seen I had the symptoms. She was like, I had to go. But like I said, it's a way you do things. I just feel like the way she did it was not right. So if you know anybody who has the virus and they did their 14-day quarantine, tell them to force their primary care doctors, force their doctors to let them get tested again. I don't care if you don't have a symptom. A cold, a cough, a fever, a runny nose, so what? Ask them to test you again after 14 days because you could be just like me. I still have the virus. So even though you feel like you quarantined for 14 days, you're okay, you may not be. So tell your doctor, you don't care what they say, you want to be tested. If you have insurance, even if you don't have insurance, they should still test you. But if you have insurance, you have a right to be tested. Tell them you want to be tested again. Tell them to send you to the local testing center that's just testing people or something because you need to know that you are free of this virus so you don't pass it to anybody else. Okay? So I'm gonna let y'all go because I feel like I've been talking a long time and I don't want to be holding y'all all day. But do me a favor. Do me one favor. Please share this live. Please share this live. And I'm not telling you to share because I want everybody to hear my story, but I want everybody to hear what's really going on. The truth. That after 14 days, you can still have this virus and you can still be contagious. So share my live. Please. Everybody needs to know. Share my live.